and then we'll get started, alright?
Okay, everybody, we're now going to head over to our next run. It's the Simpsons Hit and Run All-Story Missions by kthram. So this is going to be our next run. It's going to be quite exciting. I've been wanting a Simpsons Hit and Run at InstaSpeedathon for ages, so this is going to be very, very exciting. So, put your hands together. We're going to get ourselves ready for the next run. The Simpsons Hit and Run All-Story Missions.
For ages, so this is going to be very, very exciting. So, put your hands together, we're going to get ourselves ready for next run, the Simpsons.
Hold on a moment. Hold on.
And run all story missions.
Well, that's it.
Oh, hold on, we're on the wrong one. There you go.
Hold on a moment. Hold on. Hold on. There you go. Okay, so when you're ready, you can do introductions and then give me a countdown and we'll start the timer.
Hello, welcome. This is the Simpsons Hit and Run All-Story Missions. It'll be run by kthram. Myself and Greeny will be commentating today.
Hello.
If kthram is ready, we can go from new game.
Yeah. 3,
And
2, 1, go. And we are off. So, Simpsons Hit and Run is it was released in 2003, I think, and I think the speedrunning community started around like 2015, maybe a little bit earlier.
I think it was a little bit earlier, but I definitely think a popularity started to rise around like 2017, 2018.
Yes. So the category that kthram will be running is all story missions, which there isn't any percent for this game, but it involves skipping missions. But to skip missions, you just have to restart them 6 times and fail the mission. And it doesn't really have enthralling gameplay as the all story missions run does. So.
Yeah, it's essentially like a few hard missions, but you're mostly just skipping and collecting coins. And that's not exciting, which is why we do all the story missions.
Yes, I do not believe that they've updated the estimate from last run. So it's on 40 minutes, which would be kind of an incredible run.
World record in a marathon. Let's go. But yeah, in terms of like how easy this speed game is to learn, I'd say like anyone could probably pick up and like quote unquote speedrun this game. It's just playing the game as fast as possible, and you might have some tricks to go fast, but like you don't need them to like. It's just optimizing the run really, but you could really play this casually and call it a speedrun if you're going as fast as possible.
Yeah, so kthram is just going through the tutorial level at the moment, being Homer 1, which involves just driving the family sedan around, doing not very difficult missions, just trying to teach you the controls. Yeah, so you'll be introduced to most of the mission formats in this level, being race, collector missions, destruction missions. The only one that you don't get introduced to is the first mission in the next level, being escape.
Yeah, it's a pretty surprising one, mission in level 2, but it's not too difficult. It's just different and can catch you off guard.
Yeah, one of the things that you'll see Kaiten do throughout the run is collecting coins, because you need around 3,600 coins to complete the run, but from all the required cars and costumes. So you'll see Kaiten hitting trees, hitting the vents, hitting the boxes, to try and get as many coins as possible.
Yeah, and the first purchasable is coming up in the next mission for the Plough King, which you can use for the next split, but I think Kaiten will use Traffic Car, which we'll get into in a bit once this mission's completed.
Yeah,
this
so
one's just driving A to B.
Yeah, A to B, collecting all the things that Homer took from Flanders for some reason. Yeah, we'll grab these coins and neighbors. Which is a box, unfortunately. But Kaiten does have a reasonably well thought out coin route, so we'll be able to manage that piece of a box. And we're coming up to Office Space, which is, I think most runners class this as the first strat of the run. We're not counting Bush strat being in the first mission.
Yeah, it's the first one where a strat like matters a lot. You can lose like 30 seconds to a minute depending on like how good you are at destruction missions. If you don't go for the strat.
You would have just seen Kaiten there pushing Lenny to the phone booth. A little bit of an optimization there, probably saves around 2 to 5 seconds. And then we'll pick up a traffic car. You want either this car that Kaiten picked up, the minivan, or the Ute. Both have their advantages. But
you can do it in Glass Truck as well. And it gets a decent destruction. But
you can also do it in School Bus.
Yeah, but Glass Truck's actually viable because of its mass, especially on low FPS. It's kind of like a mini Plough King.
Yes.
FPS, let's talk about that.
We'll see if Kaiten can get the strat. We'll do that in BBB.
Yeah. BBB is not that difficult.
Yeah, so this is the strat, and you just want to continually hit him until he finally blows up. Yeah, well done. So FPS, do you want to explain FPS?
So the physics in this game are tied to frame rate, and it turns out that certain FPS like break the game in a way. Like 60 FPS makes for easier cutscene skips, which you'll see later in the run. You get less boosts, but you make destruction missions a lot easier. Quote unquote easier. You get like more damage on them. But high FPS gives you bigger boosts, which allow you to go faster in the run by like 20 seconds early game, 10, 20 seconds, or something around there. It also helps for certain out of bounds, which kthram won't be doing.
We'll be seeing some out of bounds, but not the FPS specific out of bounds.
Yeah.
And we're coming into the first unskippable cutscene, other than the intro cutscene, being the FBI cutscene. It's around a minute, I think.
Yeah.
This is also why this game is a very good speedrun. There's not much downtime. There's only this cutscene and another cutscene halfway through the game. Provided that you get all of the cutscene skips.
There's a cutscene at the end of part 1 which can be like pretty difficult to get because like the window is a lot smaller than the other two.
Well, it's not that hard.
I mean, you can get it most times, but like if there's one to miss, it's part 1.
Well, the worst to miss is the after cutscene. It's 2.5 minutes, so hopefully we do not see that.
It's a good cutscene, but yeah, it's just a little long. We don't want to be seeing any lore in our speedrun.
So Catherine's going to be trying to stick as close as he can to the black van here because of a mechanic called rubber banding. The further you are away from the car, the slower it will go to allow you to catch up. Or doesn't get the freebie there. But I think... Oh, we haven't explained freebies. Oh no.
Rubber banding is
anyway.
good for all fellow vehicles as well, except it's turned on like to the extreme in the first couple of levels, just because like it's trying to introduce the runner to the game still, and you might fall behind a lot. So it's the game's way of like trying to get you to catch up.
Yeah, it's reasonably hard to fail any of the tutorial missions. So Catherine will pick up these two wasps here. Or maybe in his car if they got collision. Yeah. And gonna grab something called ESS, which is enter skip storage. So you'll see when Catherine warps to the next mission, there won't be any camera panning. That's due to a trick called enter skip storage. And you're basically keeping the pan and skip from the phone booth. So you would have seen it there. It said enter at the bottom of the screen. That skips around like a 3-second pan in. And it probably saves around 20 seconds along the run, maybe more.
So K-Thim's and Bones at the moment, and this could be like one of the more difficult missions in Homer 1. You're trying to hit the Bone Storm in specific positions in the back here. Ideally, you make a shortcut.
We're gonna make it. Well done.
Yeah, that's a good Bone Storm.
Making the shortcut saves around like 10 seconds.
I wouldn't say it's that much.
I mean, by the time that it probably saves around 5 seconds, but if it goes past the shortcut, you're losing time anyway. So, yeah, this is looking like a sub 12 Homer 1, maybe like 11:30, I think, on the in-game time.
Possibly. So what K-Thim's going to do here in 1.7 is the game's intending for you to go around the map to race the Burns' limo to the mansion, but you could just reverse your car, reset through the door, and it turns this split from 2 minutes split, possibly 2.5
even
minutes,
more.
like a
You have to go around the entire map
to like a 50-second split. So this is like the easiest skip in the game that saves a lot of time.
Yeah, even casual runners might have found this because there's another way that you can do this by actually spawning the car halfway through the wall. So
yeah, you could do like you could push Carl into the thing as well and speak to him there with your car spawns.
Yeah, but that is the fastest way. Unfortunately, we didn't get good traffic RNG. The auto roller in level 2 is not the best car to drive. It's pretty slow, hasn't got good acceleration.
It's literally the worst car in the level.
Yeah, all the traffic cars are faster than it.
It's pretty bad.
We should still be able to escape.
Like, the only good stat is probably the handling stat, and that doesn't really matter that much.
Also, you'll see, like, Bart leaving his car every time you get out. That loses a second or so to traffic cars, which you just warp out. So you'll see Catherine pick up a sports car here, or a taxi.
I think it's going to be a
taxi?
Taxi? Yeah. That sports car's a bit far away, so he would have had to wait.
Yeah, but the taxi's still better than the honor roller. Commonly regarded as so, but a lot of people just refuse to take the taxi. It's not that bad.
It's got like it doesn't feel great to drive, but like if you gotta take a taxi, it's not the worst. It's probably the worst for like 2-4 because you're like used to like doing stuff in the sports car, but for 2-2, it's not that bad.
Ooh, second try mode flick. So you're coming up at the end of this mission. You'll see kthram drive in a certain direction. Like go on a certain path to escape the Wiggum at the end very quickly. So that strat probably saves 20 seconds, I'd say, over like just randomly driving.
Yeah, it depends like how you drive. Like you just leaving it to chance how fast you escape. As a kid, I used to do the strat of speaking to Ralph, picking up the drop, and running to the monorail, and
Yes,
just entering that for an instant escape. So
that seems
that's
fast. We should include that in the speedrun.
I agree.
So we'll
Especially
pick
for
up the
100%.
fireworks and drive between here and here, and gets to escape really quickly. And we're coming up to Vox, which is not a difficult mission, but you can definitely easily fail it if you try and get if you get like spun out. A lot of people regard the Kremlin and another car, the Cletus truck, which you'll see in the next mission, as two of the worst vehicles to drive. Especially the Cletus truck.
I find these bad vehicles kind of fun because like they're not good cars, but like you just gotta work with it, and
yeah,
driving them optimally feels pretty good. Being forced to do so.
Also, this is the first force car mission, I'm pretty sure. But you won't see it in the next mission. You'll see it, the Cletus truck, in the next mission after this.
The first force car mission was Bone Storm.
Oh yeah, but Bone Storm. I don't know how to play this game. I don't know about Bone Storm. Anyway. I don't think we'll see kthram go for the dirt jump.
Maybe. He's done the manip here, so...
Yeah, it looks like we're going to attempt it.
If you hold back a little bit at the town hall, you can actually force the black van to turn right at the dirt jump, which allows you to guide the black van through the dirt jump like that. It's a little bit harder in taxi, but kthram got it pretty well.
Yeah, very clean. And we'll see the coin situation here. Yeah, coins look good. We're going to pick up this force sphere. When you're out of your car, rubber banding doesn't like work for some reason. Which might be an oversight on the developer's end. So the car just goes at max speed if you're out of your car. Which is why getting that loss there is pretty fast. Oh, hit and run. This is basically automatic bust.
I don't think it's max speed. I think they set it at a certain speed instead. I'm not sure how it's particularly as well. I don't think it's max speed.
Yeah, okay. kthram got a good spawn on the cop. So it should not get busted. Of course, once you fill up your hit and run meter, the cops will start to chase you, and if they're able to stop you, you'll lose 50 coins, which is pretty slow. We'll see kthram do this jump here, jumping. This is one of the like swaggiest strats. Just jump over there.
Yeah, cool little skip. It saves 3 seconds over doing a reset earlier on the driveway. That used to be a strat up until like last year, but then this was found, and it's pretty cool and fast. So we do this instead.
So this is the first main menu warp, which would be a good time to explain how freebies work, I think. Basically, there's 20 different wasps across the map, but there are only just 2 different wasp actors, and they just spawn 1, then 2, 1, then 2. So you can only have two wasps spawned at one time, barring a few exceptions, but we won't worry about that. When you kill a wasp, it will lose its collision. We talk collision as in be able to kill the wasp in a car. So kthram main menu warped because kthram already killed the 2 wasps that had collision and is resetting the collision. So you'll see a wasp gotten at the end of this mission, which normally wouldn't have, which would normally not be able to be gotten in a car. If that makes sense.
And it doesn't matter whether you get the wasp in vehicle or like on foot. If you destroy the wasp, it will lose its. If you destroy a certain wasp for the first time, it will lose its collision. Like if you destroy a wasp back to 1, the collision will be removed from that, and like it'll just cycle collision, no collision, collision, no collision type of thing until you destroy wasp back to 2's collision, and then no wasp will have collision in the level until you either warp to another level or you quit to main menu and you load the level in again.
This the escape? Yeah, very nice. Getting gazebo there, you get an extra box and a wasp. And I'm not sure if we'll see a double main menu warp. We probably won't. This is the second Bible coming up, being Mr. Plow, which surprisingly a lot of the Bibles are actually used in the run. Like
they're very good cars. Mr. Plow will be very useful for the next split because you got 2 options. Well, I say 2 options. You got the Plow King as a good destruction vehicle, but it's way too slow. But you got a more agile Mr. Plow, which turns out to be like probably one of the best vehicles to do the next like sellouts, which we'll get to, and we'll see why that is.
Yeah, this mission's just driving around, having optimal driving, collecting these monkeys.
These randomly scattered 30 monkeys around Springfield because Dr. Nick had monkeys and let them escape. I don't know. Plot.
Yeah, so the story in this game's very good. Currently, Bart is trying to get things for Frank to play with Truckosaurus because Marge destroyed all the Bone Storm copies from the Formula 1 mission. So this entire level, hold on, is getting these things for Frank.
And I think this mission's going for a blender for some reason, so yeah.
Yeah, this is a blender.
You don't
on a radio.
This game's on. You just accept it.
Coming up to the end of this mission, we'll probably grab an ESS from the phone booth at the very last monkey to carry through to sell out. One way that you can lose ESS is by pressing enter. Like any time, you'll just quote unquote lose the pan and skip. So this is why the camera goes a little bit weird.
It's putting you into like
mouse look mode.
Mouse look mode, yeah.
And this is probably the hardest split in the first 3 levels, I'll say. To do fast, that is.
Sellouts?
Yeah.
Yeah. First car
This is
is pretty easy.
Yeah, very good first car. Leaving the tunnel around 339. Definitely a good car.
But essentially, you just wanted to hit like these cars head on and like do a lot of damage. And ideally, you want to get them like 2 to 3 shot. Which that's a good second car. That's definitely a potential 3 shot. Yeah, 5x and above there is very good. Ideally, what you want to be going for.
Well, this is a good third car as well.
Damn, hang on. Yeah.
I would have just gone for this car. Does Kthram's probably just going to go for the back out and try and hit him against the sale sign here. The 50% off.
Alright, this is a decent sellout still.
I think Kthram would be happy with this sellouts. This is a mid 24x, which is pretty good. The 24 bar one, that is, not sellout.
I think you lost. I think it's a little bit of time that would be added if this was like a PB run to the start because his timer started a little bit late. But I think he'd still be happy with how things have gone so far.
On
Been a very solid run.
Skip. 7 pauses, but we get the cutscene skip. Also, I think Kthram's comparing against real time. So that's also a bit unfortunate. If there's PBs.
You got the cutscene at least, so.
Yeah.
Ooh, instantly rams into the corner.
This is Lisa. This is the second and last time that you'll see this car, being the Kremlin. And Lisa's probably regarded as one of the easier and more consistent levels.
Apart from 3.5, I'd say.
Even 3.5.
Yeah. But Lisa's a very fun level, even if it is quite easy. Like doing this level fast is like very satisfying. You got a couple driving missions at the start, and then you have an easy strat bonfire where it's a hit and collect from behind. Destruction mission is pretty fun. So it's a good level. Apart from Lisa herself, which some people may not like.
I do love Lisa just screaming sometimes. My favorite part of the level. Grabbing that bench here, we've got...
Let's talk about freedom.
Yes, one of the voice lines that Lisa says is just yells freedom, and you'll hear it towards the end of the level. It's about freeing fish from captivity.
Another voice line is you need to break a few eggs to make an omelette. It's after you destroy the limo in 3.7. I've heard that voice line a lot of times.
Grabbing beach here, this is an extra 60 coins. I'm not sure whether we're going to go for boat jump or not.
I think
the coins can definitely... The coins are definitely good enough to skip Cross Dealer, which is just a massive pile of coins that you can get in this mission.
He's missed it. Yeah, you probably go for Cross Dealer now.
Yeah, I think veered a little bit to the left there.
these coins that kthram should be getting are decently fast, but like for eventually you want to work them out if you're wanting like very good times.
Yeah, as far as the coin route is concerned, it's probably one of the more complex strats. Okay, have to leave the room. Make sure we not fail. Like, I haven't gotten Krusty Lou enough times to know when to leave the room. Oh, this is a bust.
This is
really.
fine.
Oh, I've been busted there getting Krusty Lou before.
I think like
Usually
you
that-
have to you have to have 8 seconds on the reset in order to not fail, and like that's like pushing it a lot.
So we've got Bonfire here. It's looking back to manipulate the traffic to not get in the way. We're just gonna slide him into next to the. Is this the Noiseland
That's
arcade?
textbook. Think so, yeah. But that was a very good bonfire. Like getting 2 drops there before getting into the wall was insanely good.
Yeah, this is definitely something that you'll take.
Oh, and he's reset.
Ooh, reset the 1 drop too early. It's not that bad. It's
Yeah, you
unfortunate,
could just
though.
go and get it back. That was a very good split though. Up until then.
Yes, and we're gonna run during the black screen into the observatory, talk to Frank, and then we are going to buy the cool costume, this is the fastest place to buy it, and we will need it in 2 missions time to start the mission.
We actually need another purchasable this mission though in the school bus. So we actually purchased 2 things back to back. I think this is one of the only levels which doesn't. Yeah, this level in Marge is the only 2 levels which you actually no, and Apu. Lisa, Marge, and Apu need 2 things to buy in that level.
Yeah, you saw kthram pick up the traffic car there to boost over the rocks to get the wasp and the box. And this is also kind of a neat strat. You can just reset your mission here, and you'll come to the top of the hill, which is pretty nifty.
It's very convenient, that's for sure.
Yeah, gonna go for this strat. Yeah, very nice. Elfish is a very interesting mission. All the cars have different strats, and hopefully we'll see this second car strat. I think it's one of the coolest strats for destruction missions.
Yeah, you kind of just fling them back ideally, but it can go wrong at times because the second car can just choose to turn like to his left instead of right, which isn't ideal.
This looks fine. Yep, turn around, bang, bang, insta-kill. Very nice. And
School bus is a
going to
very powerful vehicle.
we're going to exploit a reset point here. So we'll reset on this side of the wall and we're going to end up on the other side. And see the last car. That's going to get stuck. I'll go back on the school bus. Yeah. It's fine. NMW strats? Oh.
Nah, just get ESS here. It's fine. Not the best third car, but you work with it.
Let's just do this thing.
Get starting. This mission. Slithery sleuthing. Oh boy.
This mission can be quite a pain sometimes. Like, Bandit can get stuck in places and just give you awful drops sometimes. And
yeah, you can just fail this mission if you're not paying attention to the traffic or the drops, or if you decide to get out of your car for some reason.
ah, yes.
Running over an elderly person without a license.
That's a good second drop. We're just going to do a pseudo manip to have this drop before the bridge jump. Unfortunately, does
Didn't
not work. Oh no,
So-
this is a terrible drop.
As we explained in level 1, there's rubber banding with follow vehicles. So the pseudo manip is like kind of like dropping back, so Snake slows down a little bit and drops the item early. Didn't happen in this case, and it's a pretty bad manip because like the rubber banding isn't as prominent with the bandit. So usually you'd like to block him in some form. Before it gets the dam, so it drops the item. Because when with a follow vehicle, but that drops items, when it gets into a certain zone, it starts a 5-second timer to drop the item. And so if you block it in this zone before it jumps the dam, you'll get the item.
Yeah,
If that made sense.
it made sense to me. But Fishy Deals is where we'll hear the famous voice lines that Lisa says whenever collecting fish 8, fish 10, fish 12. Always the same voice lines.
Wouldn't blame kthram if you decided to pause and mute the voice lines for this mission.
And coming out to the next mission, you're gonna see an attempt at a strat called Fast Limo, which will be using the school bus to destroy the limo in, like, basically in 4 shots. Maybe even less.
Yeah. No, I think it's 4 shots optimally. I think usually it's 5 or 6. You gotta hit the back of the limo in a certain way, which you'll see. But there's some interesting history with that mission. The speedrunner originally used Mr. Plow to do that mission. Just to do the mission normally and just guide him into a strat, I guess. Then we just found that school bus is faster if you get the wall destruction. But then we found another destruction involving a phone booth using Mr. Plow, which essentially is like a 2-shot kill on the limo. kthram won't be doing the 2-shot on this mission though, and just be doing the school bus.
This looks fine. No, unfortunately. It gets a lot of damage though. So you gotta try and trap it in this where the last Hellfish car was. I think this works. Yeah.
It should. Very rarely gets stuck.
The coins are looking out of this world, by the way. They are 700.
Yeah, there's a solid coins set up for the restaurant. You could probably skip some stuff later on if you're feeling a little confident.
I'm gonna grab this first though. Yeah, 734 coins is well above what's required. But you can easily lose 50 so coins in Marge due to was just not acting correctly. Well, not correctly, just being not well behaved.
kthram gain ESS, calling the canyon area there, just so you can hold it through this mission, because you'll be warping after completing. Has to be careful again not to press that enter button.
Yeah, and we're gonna come up to. You go.
Yeah, this is like I'd say one of the hardest strats in the game at times.
Yeah.
Like, if you're not,
We're just gonna go for Nut Fire.
can get him stuck right there.
Yeah, very nice. I was at
Get
great.
items.
The normal strat's called Donut Fire, based on the strat in Lisa being Bonfire, Donut Fire. But kthram did a slow variant, much safer, I think, which only loses probably 5 seconds, but definitely faster than missing it.
Having backup is important, so losing 5 seconds isn't like a big deal.
No, it's probably one of the hardest strats to do fast. Oh yes, and Cleese gets the freebie for us.
Just giving you an even better coin base. Although kthram did follow the player's truck a little too closely, and so is prone to get stuck if
I think it does not run into this. Doesn't run into the pole. kthram was looking backwards because the traffic gets camera shy and decides to disappear. But it's not really camera shy if they're just. You can despawn traffic, and the follow cars drive a little bit better when there's no traffic.
Yeah, that's actually something I haven't mentioned. It's actually probably one of the more important things to do in this run is flicking your camera back and trying to take more optimal lines that way. There's a lot of like unnoticed camera flickbacks that you do, not only to despawn cars, to despawn pedestrians, lamps and light posts that have been hit. They won't despawn if they haven't been hit, but if they have been and they're not in collision with anything, they'll despawn as well.
Yeah, and it's a way to manage the hit and run meter, and you'll probably see a lot of the despawns in like missions such as Set to Kill, which is renowned to be one of the more difficult missions casually. I'm gonna pick up this box here. 940 coins buying inmate without getting neighbors. Very nice. Early drop? No early drop.
About an average drop, really.
Yeah. Biggest strat here, decided to not jump on top of the car and warp into the car. So we get a fast warp into the Quickie Mart. That's an essential strat.
Saves about a second, like close to a second.
But I think it's less. Yeah, we'll see your main menu warp.
Yeah, just resetting the wasp collision.
Also, there was kthram didn't have ESS there, but there's another like slightly slower version of ESS where you can pause unpause, and that's happens. You can correct me if you finish a mission that starts with the countdown. I think
you got to finish a mission that starts with the countdown, and then you either go into an interior or a phone booth.
Yeah. This game's weird. Ooh, goes flying.
It definitely is. It's like the fact that change camera button in a phone booth can just break everything on the PC version.
And this is being run on the PC version. But many people know about the PC version of the game. A lot of people playing this on like PS2, Xbox, GameCube. Add this wasp here, very nice.
Yeah, I think a lot of people actually played this on PS2, and which is a little unfortunate because it's actually like the worst version by far. Visually, there's a lot of stuff that can happen That's weird because the FPS is like broken because PS2 is bad.
Cutting
It's
over the.
not a good console.
It's good for the time, okay? Gonna get hit and run here. Hopefully, does not get busted when warping to Cletus. That's a soft lock that happened. Just get a loading screen.
I think kthram was considering picking up the Cletus truck there, I'm not sure. But if you wait until like the mission ends, you can actually get into the Cletus truck that you were in during the mission and drive to a phone booth. And we like to pick up the Malibu here because although like Canyon Area has like a solid speed and like is a decent car overall, the Malibu is just too good not to pick up. It's easier to control, it's faster to drive around places, and it's very useful in level 4 in these 2 missions.
We're coming up to probably one of the longest missions in the game, and the mid-run cutscene. And
It's actually a conveniently placed cutscene. It's like marks the halfway point of the run.
they just go into the garbage truck for some reason. FPS, please. Yeah, this was very nice. Okay, Kaysen can supply money to a bank. The amount of coins he's got. So,
Yeah, I think he's gonna have like 900 after this split, and he hasn't even got neighbors, which is a lot of coins.
he has got the box in front of the golden house, so maybe a little.
Okay. It'll be
It's just
close.
gonna
These
skip the
coins
bit.
are very solid though.
Yeah, this mission can have something called a 2 cycle, where it drops the 10th item, where the 9th item should be dropped. So you'll see Kaysen sticking back here to have that rubber banding come into effect to slow down the car a little bit, so it does not occur. Yeah, that should be fine.
Yeah,
But
because
getting
essentially
2 cycles like 2 minutes, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's a minute and a half. It's worse than missing a couple cutscenes. But yeah, with the whole 2 cycle thing, it's like the game starts a countdown of like when an item's going to be dropped, and if it doesn't drop it in that zone, like it starts like another countdown for a drop, which like it kind of overrides it essentially.
Yeah. So Kevin just needs to talk to Grandpa, enter the Quickie Mart, grab the pills, and then we'll see the cutscene. This has been a pretty reasonable run so far. I'm unsure of the pace due to the. I'm not sure when the timer started.
It's not much time he lost in Color Caper, so this is like, let's just say this is his pace, really. Plus like 15 seconds at worst.
Yeah, plus is being loaded. Like, it is loadless at the moment, so I think this can 48 at the end of the cutscene, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 52. Maybe if my math is correct.
Okay.
53.
It was so long ago that I'll have to
Take a
describe
look at
it
the
in
cutscene.
sepia tone. Well, as I recall, it was sort of a cosmic kind of thing. Shaped kind of like a planet with an old-fashioned radio antenna coming off it.
Oh no, probably.
We haven't got any donations in, by the way, but if anybody does want to donate, then please go to the link tiltify.com / I think it's plus InstaSpeedathon / Game Together or something. I'll put the link in the chat. We do have a poll for the next event, actually. It's the Hello Kitty Roller Rescue Run, where you can choose the clothing. And we haven't got any donations in for it yet, but if you guys want to choose the clothing for that, then please do so. I'll post the link in the chat. We also are having a bit of buffering issues. I understand that. I do apologise for it. There's not much we can unfortunately do about it. Yeah. As for how late the timer is, hold on. There you go. We have very bad quality, but it should be fine. Oh wait, no, we're okay. Okay, we're still not okay. Hold on. Okay, I think we're okay now. There you go. Carry on.
Right. Yeah, we're just picking up these polar cards. Not very important. Yeah, jumping across. There's a little bit of collision only in Marge, I'm pretty sure. It might be in Homer 2 as well.
It's in
But it's not in Homer 1. It's not in Homer 1 though, for some reason.
Yeah, it's game is strange. It's all there is to it. So Kathram's timer is at like just hit 50 now, so it's likely going to be a 53 Marge, which I think you'll be happy with. This mission though can be quite harsh if you don't get certain strats. So this is probably the other very important mission in Marge.
Yeah. Marge is basically a strat sandwich. You've got donut truck, then the rest of the level's really easy until the last mission. And then it's also the longest level, being on average around 16 minutes long.
Yeah, I think most people who do speedrun strats usually get like 16 to 17 minutes.
Yes. And that was a great first car by kthram. Grabbing the vent here just to pop the coins. Yeah, we'll see kthram do a lineup here to get the box on the roof.
Yeah, climb route is pretty important in this game. Missed the box, but
didn't get
it's not that big of a deal. These coins are already good enough.
Yeah. You normally want to aim for around 700 leaving the level, or like 730, 750. If like you're on a good
750
round.
puts you in a good spot, I'd say. You can skip like all the slow coins, really. Well, most of them.
We're gonna pick up the wasp here because we missed the box, I think. Then we've got the third car, which is not really like. We'll see if kthram can get the shot. We're gonna pick up this vent as well.
It's a semi-easy strat to get, but like if you miss it, like it's very bad.
That was a very good recovery by kthram. That traffic car just decided to not despawn.
Yeah, Yeah, that's pretty solid.
Catherine will definitely be happy with this solo shot. We are coming up to a very interesting escape.
Ah, yes, there's a lot that goes into this escape.
So
essentially, we have to.
The way that the interiors in this game work is they're on the map, but they're really far away. So when you go into an interior, you warp really far away, which is enough distance to escape the car. So this is.
But something that weird happens is, like, for some reason it still registers that you're in the checkpoint even though you're far away. Like, because it doesn't work if you enter Bart's bedroom. But it works if you enter one of the Simpsons' house. So it still registers the fact that you're at the Simpsons' house, I think.
It's weird.
This game is very well made.
Oh, unfortunately didn't get the jump here. Kevin's trying to not overshoot the jump because there's a box that he wants to grab right on the edge, and unfortunately that's an overshoot.
That doesn't matter too much. He's got 892 coins and there's decent backup coins he can get. So yeah, that box was not important.
Pause. Have to click the right button. Let's go. That's the only costume. It's not the only costume, but it's one of the costumes where it's not on the front of the screen when you enter the costume buying thing. So there have been runners who have bought the wrong costume accidentally and lose around 400 coins for no reason.
Yeah, and that's essentially an instant run killer, really.
Yeah, it's around 4 minutes of time loss.
I wouldn't say 4 minutes. I'd say like a couple minutes just collecting coins. Depends how, like, which coins you get, but you can make up a.
It's recoverable. It's definitely recoverable. Yeah, you can just like get Flanders in both levels, get Wiggums, get a bunch of coin pockets that are a little bit too slow to go out of the way to get normally in a run. The 2-cycle that could occur on Wolf Stole My Pills can also occur on this level, just a lot less often. So
it's only possible on the 8th and 9th drop, and like it only ever happens if you like follow the collar truck. It's like, again, the rubber band issue.
Yeah, and you're gonna pick up these vents here, and we'll see if we'll attempt for the box. Sometimes the Longhorn just gets stuck on the stairs for an annoying reason. Longhorn's probably one of the cars that's closest to the ground, with respect to like the front of it. So you can get stuck really easily on stairs, which is kind of annoying because there's a bunch of boxes right next to stairs that we want. Ooh, Apu does a kick.
But Carbo for Homer costs 500
600,
coins.
right? Oh, I thought it was 600.
Yes, having 600 coins for Carbo for Homer is a little overkill. So it can help you skip points.
Yeah, it makes the rest of the run very easy when it comes to coin route. it is possible to have enough coins just scraping barely through. But it's a little bit slow. Optimally, you want around 550 coins, I think.
Yeah.
How much do you need to skip monorail? 550, 560?
Yeah, well, you're skipping 2 wasps, aren't you? So 550 coins sounds about right to consider it.
Going up to the best coded mission in the game, Baby Van, or the best car AI.
Yeah,
So there's 2 different AIs for Baby Van. The dumb AI and smart AI. It looks like this is smart.
you forgot the third variant, which is dumb smart AI.
Yes. Where the dumb AI comes from the fact that the car spawns tilted, so it's basically driving with 3 wheels going to circles, but it's really difficult to hit and get a strat on. It's reasonably easy to get to hit, but it's very hard to get a strat on. Smart AI is easy to get a strat on, but it's hard to hit. And then smart dumb AI, hopefully you don't fail the mission.
Yeah, it's just like it just decides not to drop items sometimes. And...
Yeah, and it's just soft locked in its place. A perfect mission and AI.
And this was an example of some stuff that can go wrong. And like,
Someone
Caden
Baby
probably
Van.
could have done better there, but
Skip the van. Why? Yeah, someone was actually saving up for hoverback.
for those who don't get that reference, hoverback is the most expensive purchasable in the game. It's optional. It costs 1,000 coins.
We might need it to do the out of bounds track. Gonna go for the wasp. Guess the wasp. I think kthram, that's the first wasp, so the next wasp will have collision. So we'll see that probably be the police wasp. Apu in general isn't a difficult level until the last few splits, where the strats themselves aren't difficult. It's just if you miss the strats, you're gonna lose a lot of time.
Every split in Apu except for 5-2 is killer run.
10 with time loss.
Yeah.
But especially Armored Truck and Curator.
Yeah, I think Armored Truck is probably one of the most important strats to get in the run because you get coins through it.
And it's momentum as well. If you miss Armored Truck, you're like, well, that's 30 seconds down the drain.
Yeah, it will be 30 seconds, like, down the drain for kthram. With the coins he's collected, he's already got 319, which is like, a lot for this point.
Gonna pick up. We're not gonna pick up the try and save event here. We are rejecting getting the vent here.
Giving coins.
Yeah, we're gonna come up to here. Hopefully we get the push. Very nice. You'll take that. That's a very fast turnaround, other than the fact that it decides to continue to turn around.
Garbage truck is a good vehicle.
Yeah. It is possible for okay. Nice camera. It is possible for the garbage truck to not drop the 4th or 5th drop, and it will just become soft locked, and it will turn back and drop the drop. But that's reasonably slow. So kthram's looking backwards to try and despawn all the cars in front of the garbage truck, which is not very nice to watch, but it definitely worked. Kick this wasp once there, and we'll kick it again once we enter the car after collecting these drops up here. And we'll pick up this wasp here. We're gonna have 400 coins leaving monorail.
Yeah, it gives you room to like miss armored shock, but still, like, these coins are insane, a little too good. But I understand being safe, especially in a marathon setting.
And we're coming up to the 4 drops up here. There's also a wasp here. And
These
this
are the
is
type of coins
probably
you see at the end of the level, like 5, 7.
like the total coins. Normally you want a little bit more for 5, 7, don't you?
It depends if you have a box to get or not, like the courthouse. I don't think you got courthouse.
Yeah, you still got courthouse to get, so. I normally want to finish Armor Truck with 430. Maybe even more.
430.
Actually, no, I want to start Armored Truck with 370. Like 450. Maybe a bit more. Because I get the Wasp and the 2 boxes in Curate.
Ah, yeah.
I'm grabbing the vent here. Yeah, 500 is.
But we're considering coins for the rest of the run because currently you need 1100 coins from when you buy a car built for Homer to the end of the game. And
yeah, there's 2 viables being Globex supervillain car and zombie car. With the Globex being the more expensive of the 2 at 600 coins.
Yeah, and that expensive purchasable actually comes up in level 6 and not level 7.
Yeah. Talk about progression. This is where the game starts to ramp up difficulty. Armor Truck gets us an escape here by manipulating the AI. And then we're going to despawn traffic as we spawn Armor Truck to manipulate the traffic cycle. And when B-Truck tries to get in the way, that pushes very deep in. It'll work, but I don't think it'll be fast.
It works.
It'll work. And we're going to try and run into the wasps. Oh. Did you know, Ticker, that the wasps are on a cycle?
Oh, really? I did. Do you want to explain how this cycle works, Green?
So you'll see that the wasps like bob up and down and left to right. Where they are positioned is completely predetermined, and it is possible to have an external program tell you exactly where the wasp is at all times from when your PC boots up. And this was recently discovered, and it makes freebies. Yeah, by me. And it makes getting freebies in like freebies that used to be very difficult to get, like not be a chance, like a roll of a dice anymore. It's it's within 2 seconds of it's a 2-second cycle. So.
Yeah,
And
they
it's
kind of do like
especially used
figure
in
eights.
Hunter. It's especially used in Hunter. So. And
Yes.
anyway, that was a very nice chat by kthram. And we'll see Curator. kthram does go for fast Curator, so we'll see if he can get him. I'll grab a box and not grab the other one. See what kthram does. I grabbed both.
650 coins. That's a lot.
Ooh, almost. Didn't have enough speed to get it. I don't think. And unfortunately.
It's missed the strat as well. Okay, it's a little unfortunate, but you can get a decent backup here.
I would not blame kthram for missing that. The traffic was pretty awful, and there was a parked car in the backup. So
yeah, a little unfortunate there. Well, that's a good backup in terms of like if it's gonna go wrong, that's probably where you want. That's probably the best case scenario.
If you can get it. Yes, the cutscene skip. That's a 2.5 minute time save. By getting that. And it's a 109 part 2. R3, sorry. 109 part 2 would be incredible. Well.
Yeah, that's kind of like sub 120 though.
This is definitely pace for a sub 145. The estimate of the run.
Yeah, the last 2 levels take like 21 to 23 minutes, depending on how well you play. I mean, it could go exceed 23 minutes, but that's a little unlikely.
I'd be surprised if it exceeds 30, which would be to get a 140.
Definitely
Part 2
played well.
Yeah, we should skip the box. Unfortunately, I'm going to go back for the box. That box isn't that fast. It's not the fastest place to get the box, especially with 700 coins.
It's a good box to get if you're like forgetful and set to kill, or like need coins still. But like, if you have like above 650, I don't consider that box worth it. But again, it's like all about being safe, and if you're gonna get busted, like it's not going to quote unquote lose too much time.
We're gonna go for the Axington 1-2-3 grind. You kick that vent twice, and when you despawn the area, the coins respawn inside of the vent. So you'll end up getting 25 coins from the vent instead of the normal 15, 16 coins. And there's 3 different strats to get coins in this mission. You can do what Cason's doing was kicking the vent and then collecting that vent. You can destroy a box in Studio A, or you can get Cross Silu, which kthram might get later. It's a little bit faster to get in this mission, but it's a pretty difficult strat.
Yeah, it essentially requires you to like rebound the Globex off a wall and pass the barriers and cross Silu, and then pick up boxes while continuing to stay close enough to an itchy and scratchy truck. So yeah, I'd say it's definitely an advanced strat.
Okay. See if Kason decides to do the gangster strat of not entering the car. Of course. And
he's trying. He's trying to jump on the vehicle.
Yeah, of course. So.
This makes sense. This makes sense some ways. Collected coins, then at least he's skipping ends in this mission because, so I think you get like pick up 5 ends in this mission, just 75 coins.
Yeah, I think he'll be kicked off though. At the end.
Yeah, it's very easy to fail the mission if riding Frank here. It doesn't save much time, but it's a cool little strat you can do if you want to chill for like a couple minutes.
This is PB pace for Kato, so this is interesting to see that it's doing this strat. So normally you fall off here when you're going up the
stairs. Yeah.
So he falls off. He's gonna pick up a car and then drive to a phone booth. Our phone booth. Of course, we don't know where Frank is going. It's always different. So.
Oh yes, the pathing definitely changes.
It always surprises me when he ends up at the observatory.
Breaker, this is Bart Simpson requesting 1 pimp ride ASAP.
Top 10 plot twists you didn't expect.
Yeah. I'm not sure if we'll grab a vend at the end of this year now. Coins definitely don't need it. And pick up this van.
So something to note is that the location where Kathan picked up the Globex, he didn't actually need to buy it then. It's actually the required car for 6.6. But it's actually it's a very good car and it's very useful for the next 2 splits. Specifically this one, actually.
Yes, the Duff Truck strat. This is probably the 2 strats in Bart 2, which being Duff Truck and Set to Kill. Oh, not Set to Kill, FMJ. So if you want to explain the strat.
So this one is essentially, you just need to build up enough speed towards the end of where you get to the Duff Brewery, and you carry that speed and to guard the Duff Truck into the taffy shop. And you collect 6 drops there, ideally, and it'll be a fast flip. You can also get a backup a bit later on.
Yeah, we're going to see the backup. Unfortunately, you hit the side of the wall. Fortunately.
Yeah, this is the backup. Where you just hit him against this wall, and you can get drops that way. There's also some other backups which are a little bit faster, but a bit harder, where you can, if you don't have enough speed initially, you can get it on the side of the boat in the corner there. You can also angle the car towards a wall when it turns that first corner. Those two are a little bit faster.
Are we going to see the second freebie? Oh. It is supposed to get both those freebies there. But it's reasonably unlikely. And was able to keep that ESS all the way from 6-3 to this mission. And FMJ, we're going to try and get him stuck in Krusty Lou. There's a little bit of damage here. Because you basically want a 2-shot. You'll line it up here, then you'll do an e-brake boost, which you haven't explained. I can't believe we forgot about e-brake boosting.
Hasn't really been too prominent in the run. Also, blowing up Skinner there breaks boxes and vents and crossy loop. So you get a little bit of crossy loop there, which makes it very optimal to do there.
Yeah.
But anyway, e-brake boosting. If you hold the accelerate, e-brake and brake button down on the spot, you'll get this. You'll charge up this huge boost in speed, and then if you let go of brake and then e-brake, you'll just be sent. You just get this huge acceleration boost.
Yeah, it's used a lot in collector car missions because instead of backing up and reversing the accelerating, you're doing mini e-brake boosts to collect things a little bit faster. It's used in like Bonfire, for example, and this is set to kill. One of the hardest casual missions due to the timer when you collect the last drop, but unfortunately there is no rulebook on which drop you need to collect last. So we decide to collect a closer stand much later, and it's a set 50 seconds once you collect the last stand. So. And it is possible to do one cycle, which you collect the stand that you would normally collect first last. It's reasonably difficult.
But quite cool when you pull it off.
Yeah, and you just saw a boat jump there where there's a reset car point on top of the boat. Due to if you're on foot and you accidentally fall off the boat, they don't want you to reclimb onto the boat. So they have a reset point there, but it also works for cars for some reason because they didn't think that you'll be able to get a car to fly up there. But as speedrunners, we found a way.
There is a will, there is a way. Someone one day just thought, what if I drive into this pole and launch myself up onto the boat and use a reset point?
Yeah, and we're coming out to the third and final cutscenes here. It's the shortest of the three. So it's the least punishing, but it's also going into the last mission. So, but being on PB face is definitely a nerve-wracking strat. Eight pauses.
After a few pauses.
Yes, and we are on to Homer 2, which is the last level, and this is where the skill ceiling really shows, as far as the speedrun is concerned. There's a lot of strats that can get you out of bounds at this level, because probably, I think 4 of these missions involve you driving back and forth from the power plant to the school, which are on opposite sides of the map, and it's faster to go directly between the two via out of bounds. So we'll see kthram get out of bounds in 7.3 and then continue that all the way through 7.4, 7.5. And then we'll re-go out of bounds 7.6.
Essentially, the game wasn't finished as intended, so a few shortcuts were made, and we can abuse those shortcuts to go very fast. And we'll talk about some pretty cool stuff in 7.4 and 7.5. So I feel like that's the most cool part about
The out of
part
bounds.
of what out of bounds. Yeah, a part of what out of bounds is.
Yes. So zombie car. This car is dumb. It's got one of the weirdest physics. It's very bouncy, as you'll see, and it makes it a very good candidate to get out of bounds because the acceleration on it is very good if you do an e-brake boost. And if you're on a high enough FPS, you can just drive really fast at a hill and then launch yourself out of bounds, which is kind of crazy. I don't think we'll see anything going for it.
Yeah, it's a kind of like a more advanced strat, getting out of bounds in this mission. The purpose of getting out of bounds in this mission would be to deload the power plant for the next mission, so you don't have to climb up the wall. And
so
you can use yourself with it, but you can also do resets, just abuse reset points just as easily, which
we'll see in 7.6.
view of in 7.6, yeah.
Oh, that light post just went flying upwards, if you can see.
I'll get a replay on that in a sec. But we have normal 7.3 out of bounds here. So the hover car, if you rebound it off a wall, you can land the other wall, and you can climb up this wall here. Not like that. You kind of want to be like, you want to get the bounce like on a 90-degree angle from when you hit the door.
I just find it very crazy. Oh, unfortunately, a little bit too fast. That only a few cars can do this strat, and it just so happens the one force car that that you have that can do the strat. Which might have some bias, as in the strat wouldn't have been found if this wasn't the force car. Oh no, unfortunately.
Here we are seeing why 7.2 out of bounds is very useful. Because sometimes this wall can like fling you off and do some dumb stuff, which in a speedrun can be quite frustrating.
Yeah, this is probably the run killer for level 7. I know I've lost up with 2 minutes to it.
It can happen sometimes. Just, like when you're on PB pace, you can sometimes become a little impatient with the cages, and you won't be having a fun time. Anyway, what kthram's about to do here is try and maintain this deloaded function near the school, and he's going to start the race to respawn his 70s.
The 70 sports car being the car of choice.
And we can use this to go and park at the power plant at a certain at the door at a certain point, so you can hop into it later. And from there, you're thinking, well, how do you get the waste? It's on the other side of the wall. Well, we pick it up using a traffic car, and we'll wait for what kthram does next after that.
Yeah. Don't want to spoil it for people who don't know. Yeah, so we're going to park at a certain angle.
That's not like a good park. Ugh.
I don't like it either.
But never know. Parks.
What parks have worked, alright?
But I didn't see the car get sucked in at all.
I thought I saw it a little bit. but I personally don't do this strat anymore. But this is still a strat that is used all the way from beginners to the most advanced runners still use this strat. And it's very fast compared to the inbound.
So, kthram will pick up a traffic car here. Pick up the
But they're not going to pick up the witch. Yeah, we're going to pick up the spooky Bob or spooky Greg.
Yeah, this is the best car for it. And gets us the sports car. Okay, works just fine.
But Ticker, where's the waste?
Yeah, so we just left the traffic car with the waste. Oh no, he's left the waste. No, the car maintains the waste, and you can pick it up again at the school because that car.
It doesn't have the waste. Look, it doesn't have the waste. Oh,
it does. So there's two of those cars in addition.
Oh no, he's driving away. Didn't park in front of it.
This is not good.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh,
this is dangerous. This is dangerous. All right, if you jump when you're out of bounds, there's no floor, so you just fall.
And then you have to restart mission.
Yeah. But if Kevin were to kick Snake here, he would go flying, either upwards or downwards. I don't know why, or he'll just stay in the middle for some reason. This game doesn't know how to deal with out of bounds, which is an oversight from the developers, in my opinion.
So kthram's going to reload the area here, just to spawn the alien car. Because you can't spawn it out of bounds, unfortunately. And
then he's going to reset his car here.
Yeah, these are some very deliberate resets to skip loading points, which is, again, another oversight from the developers.
Yeah.
And then, you just reset at certain points here.
Yeah, so you're basically skipping different load triggers using these resets, and this is very fascinating strat. And then you're going to line up next to where the Krusty Burger would be normally, driving into it. So it's still there, it's just invisible. Then you're going to e-brake boost at a certain angle into the void.
Line up Homer's head with the hill, which it looks like it has. And e-brake boost and
out of bounds.
And you can use this out of bounds to drive back to the school and back to the power plant. Unfortunately, like the power plant will still be deloaded, but you have to trigger an. Actually, no. You have to
complete the race.
Yeah, you have to finish the race. So you have to load in the power plant to do that. And then you have to trigger an alien car along the on the way back to the school, which can be done out of bounds, but the out of bounds is quite. There's a couple methods, but they're not really consistent enough to do in a speed run in the last bit of the game.
Yeah, and we'll see kthram reset his car as he goes into this hill up here. And then pick up the waste, and we're coming off on time really soon. It's once the ending cutscene starts is when it is time. So it's around a minute or so from now. Yeah, so driving inbound here, it's a relative rush when you're on PB pace, because any crash can lose the run. Of course, if you hit a wall, the waste will blow up. Oh, that car! Good reset.
Okay, for me to reset is if you're new, just holding the having a finger over the reset car button at all times is just going to be helpful and just trying to go fast, because sometimes out of nowhere, and you can might accidentally drive into a wall. So resetting your car before that happens is useful.
I also thought it'd be a great idea to put a escape vehicle here, even though you escape it by the time you get to the school, which is where you need to go. So we got hit and run here. Hopefully, able to dodge the cops, then jump into the beam. That looks good. In the beam after the mission complete,
And
that is
time.
That's a 1:33. It looks like.
It's nuclear death, you effeminate wriggling space wad! Imagine that.
I thought it was a pretty good run.
Nuclear waste. So
Yeah,
very...
finished almost 12 minutes under estimate.
Oh,
So
cut your fingernails!
definitely take those.
Yeah.
That fortune teller was right. I do
Okay, thank you very much for that run. I don't know what the final time. I got 1:33:29.58 on my end. I don't know what the actual end time would have been, but I'm sure it can be timed.
I don't think we'll know because it started late and it's normally timed on in-game time. So, and unfortunately, the load remover wasn't working. Unfortunately, so.
No, that's absolutely fine. Right then, so we did actually have a donation come in at the end of that run. £20 donation by Detox. Go kthram and the comms team. So thank you very much to Detox for that donation. Don't forget, anybody who does want to donate, the link is being posted periodically in the chat, and all the proceeds go directly to EveryoneCan. Also, that donation did go towards a chill on the beach transistor low percent target, so that's £20. That only needs another £10 to see that, and it also goes towards the denim clothes for the Hello Kitty Roller Rescue any percent, which is the next run. So that will be the denim clothes, which we might see in the next run. So thank you very much for the donation. Thank you very much for the run, kthram, and thank you very much for the commentary from Greeny and It's Ticker. It was very fascinating commentary. I thoroughly enjoyed watching that, and thank you very much for doing the run today.